Hey folks, Dad here with Elevation Diecast Racing. We're going to run off the rest of these heavyweights and see where they place. Side 2 has already been decided. I had to run off the rest of the 51 to 61 because I know there's nothing really special about these cars. They're not real fast. I would never send this car to a race yet. He needs some work. These two have a lot of potential. This one went all the way from 8th to 3rd. So I would think about redoing these top 4. This one's still a work in progress, the Cadillac, and I could say the same for all of these. And I might do something with that Kia. Other than that, let's move on to the heavyweight division. So anybody who has watched my channel for any length of time knows that this Nova is slow. You may or may not have seen it, and this one usually runs on 3 wheels, but he is fast. And yeah, for whatever reason, he still runs a 2108. So a 213, we'll run him later. And Whitey will be the last one to run because he's fast. Let's roll him up against this van that sits at number 5. This van gets him no problem, 2092. Let's roll him up against the Studebaker takes him 2099. And this Murata needs a lot of help. I think I ruined this car, but we may try and fix him up and redistribute his weight. Lots of work. This is one of my first cars that I built, and it shows. 2101. Let's see if he can even beat Destro. Oh, he does. 2118. I could really do something different with this van. These are too easy to mod. I mean, too easy to build. So I could take him apart and redo something with him. Lots of potential. Learning experiences, I tell you, is something else. And the Murata does beat the van with a 2115. I definitely want to try and fix this Corvette because it's a cool looking car. I think if I can just get more weight in the back somehow to counter the front, it might turn into a really fast ride. Or it could always be a Dudley Doolittle. 2118. 2115, and the Corvette will take him out. Well, I don't know what I did wrong with this Cadillac. It doesn't seem like he sits right. I don't know. This stupid Escalade. I'm going to find 2 or 3 more of these Escalades, and hopefully I find a fast one. So we'll roll him up against the number 9. Punchline. He's a funny car, but he has a very sad time. Yeah. 2122. He does not fare so well. But running a 2099, let's move him up against the number 5 van. This Escalade got a little faster. Some cars I make, they end up being slower. Go figure that out. And the van takes him out. Almost hitting our driver here. Still never found out who this car belongs to. Escalade running a 2117. 2101 the time to beat. And he will not even get close. 2091 by the van. Wow, that's pretty good. So, let's see. I guess we'll go down to the Corvette, which at one time was my fastest mod, but again, the Vet is one of my originals. He's still not too bad. He's still running the 2096. He might have gotten faster in the case. Yeah. he gets turned around. Let's see if he can climb up to the number 7 spot. Oh yeah, 2102 to an 03. This is where I think he's in his right spot, because when you switch lanes, I think lane number 2 has a very slight, ever so slight advantage. And there it is. All right, let's test out this experimental Johnny. I took this Johnny Lightning van because he had rubber tires, and I was messing around. I will probably take this van apart and put bigger wheels under them at some point, or I may get another one, because I have a couple more Johnny vans, and we're just experimenting. Let's see what he does against that Corvette. Oh yeah, he'll get him. 2091. The van weighs 122.7 grams. He's a big boy. And the Corvette, he weighs 71.3. So the van, 122 grams. And he's handling the weight real good at a 2081 is very nice. Nice to see this Corvette go sub 210. And we'll check one more time for the Corvette. Dog lips. That didn't hurt. That van is ruthless. Beast. So the Corvette ran a 210. Let's see if that hurt this wheel swapper any. It doesn't look like it. 210 to a 298. 2000's beat by the wheel swapper. He'll get him again. Yeah, 2092. So they'll hold their positions. Let's just roll van against van. Yeah, 2088. So getting into the top 4. Let's see if he can beat Papa's Bourbon, which is what I named that one, also after my grandpa. Oh, look at him go. 2086 to an 89. Let's switch him up. Wow, Suburban. Wow. He'll get him. The van will move on. Let's see if he can take out the Red Ryder. By a 10,000 speed. 2085 and a 10,000 speed by the Schwinn Bicycle Johnny Lightning. And a 286, and that beat will give the Red Ryder a push and keep his spot. So the Johnny Lightning van moving to number 4 in the mod class. Number 2 and number 1 have not had to come out yet. Another truck that I have ran, and when I made these trucks, there's a couple of them out there in the field. I know one's at Scale Racing, one is at Chase Family Racing. I gave that to him for him to run and test and race, and along with the gold Cadillac. So let's see what he runs. 2074 is a good time. 2074 is his solo run. Let's see what he does against the Red Ryder. And he gets him by about a half a car length. Seems like lane 1 is a little hot tonight. 2079. Okay. Let's run them again. Not bad. Alright, so a 2079. So we'll say the winner of this race is going to the higher place. And it looks like it's going to be 2079, beating them by 9 thousandths. Alright, so we're going to break out the Opel Senator. And I still may do something different with this car. I don't know. So much potential. I just have to figure out the right combination. I may just start completely over. I do have an F-150 in mind. Wow, look at that F-150. 2078 and a 13,000 speed. 2076 gets the Opel. And it looks like with our F-150, the ugly unobtainium coming out of the number 1 spot, having to defend his place. And the truck is just dominating. But of course, that's what you want to see. If you're not beating the cars you previously built, keep building. 2079 to a 92. And that F-150 is now number 1. Alright, this is a Racing Champions. Again, this was an experimental vehicle. This Racing Champions was doing 0, but sitting on a shelf. Could not race, could not do anything. So, of course, I put a couple of pieces of drywall in the back tailgate there. And he's not that fast. I think there is a reason he was in the Ultimate Garage. Wow, that's pathetic. 3.8 to a 4.4. 2.2 to a 4.7. 2.3 to a 2.3. And he won't get past, well, with that first run, let's run him again. 2.6 to a 3.0. Yeah. We'll give it to the truck over Destro. So, 2119 against the 2106, and he'll gap him just about. So by the time it's all said and done, he will be in this bottom row, if not in the 21 to 24. Let's run one more. Another wheel swap from SCR or SRC. I just added some weight to the bottom. Put a couple of pieces of drywall in the back, and darkened his windows. Let's see what he runs. 2095. Now let's put him up against the Studebaker. And he won't get him. 2094 to a 98. Studebakers have a lot of potential. 2088 to a 98. All right, he does get past him. All right, this will be the last truck I run, and it'll be time for track maintenance. And then I got to get back to work. 2096 by the van. 2097. Was that by the van? Let's run them again. 2097 by the Forza. Yeah, 2096 by the Forza. We'll run them up for the number 7 spot. And he will not get him. 2089. Those long wheelbases. It's a really good key. 2089 and a 13,000 speed. And Papa's Bourbon will keep his spot. Alright, so not bad. New number 1 with an F-150. And let's see. That's how it's looking so far. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more spots open. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots left. So thanks for hanging out and watching some modified racing. And remember, if your car isn't fast, don't worry. Keep building.